Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at creepy things people still think about. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. When my friend and I were 17, we used to work in a Pizza Hut together. We were closing up one weekend, so it was about 11 p.m. by the time we shut down and were ready to lock up. When we walked out to her car, there was an old lady sitting in her front passenger seat. My friend opened the driver door and asked the old lady before getting in, "Can I help you?" The old lady said, "I just need a ride home." So we tell her that we just have to go back inside and call our mums to tell her we'll be late. We go back inside the store and lock the door and call the police. Within 10 minutes, the police are there arresting her. Turns out it was actually a 47-year-old man dressed up as an old lady. That's scary. Oh my gosh. Yo, don't trust anyone in this world, okay? Oh my gosh, I kind of want to see a picture. I kind of want to see a picture. You know, maybe the disguise was so bad and it was so obvious, the girls were like, seriously, you ain't fooling anyone. Oh, I want to see a picture so bad. Oh my gosh. That's funny though. Okay, that's scary, but at the same time it's funny if you think about it, you know, this old guy trying to pass as an old lady. I guess it might work if he had like makeup on and his face was like kind of feminine, right? But seriously, I just need to see a picture. Oh my gosh, I know you guys are as curious as I am. Yo, that's scary though. What the heck? Honestly, anything like this happening, if someone is in your car, obviously call the police. Like seriously, what the heck, old lady? At least have some manners and stand outside the car, not sit in the passenger seat of the car. Jeez. When I was around 13 to 14, I was home alone, upstairs, when I heard somebody busting open the kitchen door yelling, "Fire, fire, get out!" I didn't smell anything, nor did I think there was anything that could ignite a fire. I had ordered takeout and all the things that could set off a fire were off. So I decided not to get out and called 911 explaining everything. The police came and found muddy footprints in the kitchen, along with the kitchen door busted. What the heck? Wait, so what was the plan? Were they trying to get the person that was home to get out of the house? Or what? I'm so confused. Like, what was the point of that? Like, if they were robbing the place, right, why would they make sound? Fire, fire, get out. When I was in the early years of secondary school, probably 12 to 14-ish, my mum asked me to take a bag of sugar over to my elderly neighbour's house as she'd lent us some sugar the previous weekend. Being a bit bratty, I didn't want to take it as I didn't feel like interacting with anyone. But I took it anyway, stood at my neighbour's front door, timber frame, frosted glass panel in the middle and knocked. Saw her walking down the hallway to the door and decided that I really didn't feel like chatting. So I put the bag of sugar on the doorstep and legged it back to my house. Obviously didn't say anything to my mum about leaving without talking to the neighbour. 3 days later, my neighbour pops around to our house and asked if we noticed anything strange around her house in the last couple of days. Naturally, my mum says, "Oh, Honeybee went and dropped the sugar to you. I thought you'd have spoken then." So I was caught out and had to explain that I really dropped the sugar and essentially ding-dong ditched. Neighbour goes on to explain that 3 days ago, her alarm was triggered and her house was robbed. She had been interstate and forgot to let us know. It wasn't her walking down the hallway to the front door, but the people burgling her home. Sometimes your intuition speaks to you in a weird way, but that day I just did not want to talk to anyone, and I still think about how lucky I am that I bailed when I saw that figure walking down the hallway. Who knows what could have happened? Oh my gosh, I just had that image in my mind, like them seeing someone walking towards the door through like the little window on the door, right? And they were like, "Oh, can't even bother to talk." So they ran, but it was actually those robbers. Well, that's actually crazy. But imagine the robbers opening the door and then all they see is a bag of sugar. They were like, what in the world? I'm just trying to find humor in these, okay? When I was maybe 10, I was over at a friend's house hanging out. Her neighbour was out of town and my friend was feeding the cat while they were gone. So my friend and I went over to feed the cat. Immediately upon opening the door, we heard someone walk upstairs. They were loud, heavy, slow footsteps, like didn't even sound human. My friend and I just looked at each other and sprinted back to her house. The worst part was we told her mum and the mum didn't believe us and made us go back and finish feeding the cat alone. We were terrified but did it. When the neighbor came back, they found that the house had been broken into. The mum though, what the heck? Well, you wouldn't believe your kids. Why? Why would you not believe your kids over that? Mum, we heard some strange footsteps in the house. The mum was like, don't be stupid. Really? Really? They were so lucky though, seriously. The mum should be feeling bad about it. My mum used to start work at like 3 a.m. and she was up at around 2 to 2:30 having her coffee. I heard her up and went to see her. She joked that she heard something outside, and me being a bit silly, opened the blinds up wide as a joke, and there was a guy just standing there staring into the lounge room. That was creepy enough as it is, but what sticks with me is the fact he didn't run or really react for what felt like an eternity. While I ran to get my old man and brother, apparently he just stood there and then slowly walked off. That's some psycho thing, man. Really? You're looking into someone's window and then the person you're looking at sees you looking at them through the window and you're just gonna be like, that's creepy as. When I was a child, I was playing out in the front yard of my house when a white van pulled up on the road. The sliding door opened and a guy in his early 20s waved at me to go over to him. Luckily, I was a shy kid and got scared and ran inside and told my parents about a strange man in a van calling me over. My parents raced outside, but the van was gone by then. And it was only as an adult I think back and I realized what a serious situation that was. I could have been abducted that day and worse. Wow, wait, this kid has never heard the parents be like, you know, don't ever go up to a stranger, or like don't ever follow a stranger, or like don't ever go whenever a stranger is like, do you want some candy? You know, do you want some ice cream? What? I was at an internal work event party at a fancy hotel in a different state. It was 80s themed. I started talking to some dude. I barely knew anyone there, so I was trying to network. And he tells me he doesn't work for my company. Okay, no worries. I make a joke about free food. He stares me straight in the eye and picks up one of my French fries off my plate, dips it in ketchup and eats it without saying a word. Oh, you little... I'll be pissed. Wow, you take my French fry. I kind of freaked out and dropped the food in the trash and just walked out of the room and decided not to think about it. A few minutes later, there he is, staring at me. I changed rooms again. I'm short, so I hid behind people and pretended to talk to people I kind of recognized from my home office. He follows me. Every few minutes, I see him. I finally got the courage to approach a woman I knew the name of from some meetings and seeing her around the office. When I asked if the party had any kind of security, she immediately asked if it was about the dude in blue jacket and white hat. Apparently, she noticed him staring at me creepily, so I didn't have to try and convince anyone. Security took him away and everyone moved on, but I was scared and paranoid for the rest of the business trip. So creepy. So glad for the woman though, for like noticing and like keeping an eye out. Good on her, seriously. How did he even get in? Like, what? He just got in? Well, he even took one French fry. That's what I'm mad about. I think I would have made a scene. After he took a French fry, I would have made a scene. When I was around 8 years old, I lived in a nice quiet neighborhood and would frequently take walks around the block, sometimes alone, sometimes with my mother. One evening before sunset, my best friend and I decided to go for a walk together. We were about halfway through when we were approached by an older man who was walking with 2 dogs. He was panting and seemed frantic and asked us if we knew whose dogs they were. We said no and kept walking, trying to get home as quickly as possible because his presence alone gave us goosebumps. Even though we were walking away quickly, he followed us and asked us to help him find out whose dogs they were, to go knocking on all of the neighbor doors and ask everyone. We continued to say no and pick up our pace, which he then matched and continued following us, shouting, "Let's check this house. Help me find the owners." At this point, we sprinted back to the house. He ran behind us for a bit, but tired out really quickly. That's already dodgy as asking 8-year-olds for help to find a person. Okay, that's the last person you'd want to ask. Seriously. Whew, I'm so glad they noped out of there. Good. Their parents taught them well. Good. And I feel like kids have to remember that it's not only like men doing this, women could be doing this too. So just be careful, okay? Stay safe. Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!